X not for sale.
You ever done hard time? You've been somebody's.
It don't even get with the name, but that's our room.
Yeah.
Nobody has to know. Erase that.
That was a sweetheart.
Okay.
You like Gyro too, right?
No.
Yeah, you do.
No.
You be dancing to that.
I'm not dancing to that.
You be liking that.
Y'all don't sit up here and act like y'all didn't know Ja Rule and P. Diddy was sleeping around.
Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they bust. Man.
Ja Rule is a diva. I mean,
I got you, dog.
You can't. Never. Ever. By him being a homo. You know he be too, right?
No.
Yeah, man, some styling his clothes and shit. I got the inside information.
Then it is truly impossible to match Sen's self-centered actions. DMX was right about Ja Rule, let's say, based on this man's just made public video of him and Diddy. If you're not familiar with what X said, he basically implied that Ja was undercover and even disclosed Ja's liaison with his male stylist.
Styling his clothes for one of them shows, got him ecstasy on one night and f***ed him.
No, dog.
Yeah, Ja Rule, tell you, dog. Oh, my mama.
For when DMX was saying all of these things, nobody took him seriously because he and I had a significant argument in the past. They believed that X was trolling instead. But now that Fit has actual video to back up what X said, it's as messy as it sounds. So let's get started.
I'm very relevant out here.
Right.
Like, I don't have nothing to prove to anybody.
No.
I just want people to understand my side of it. My side of it is I really don't feel this.
By releasing a video of Ja Rule at a party with Diddy, 50 Cent recently reignited his dispute with Ja Rule. In his next Diddy documentary, 50 is now saying he will unleash something even stranger. 50's employee said he wants to refute the outdated allegations. That 50 Cent's documentary is about Ja's affair with his male stylist, which was revealed by DMX in case you missed it. These rumors weren't just from everyone Ja was on the DL and hooking up with other men in the profession. DMX and Ja were in conflict at the time, and X said that Ja was hiding behind Gotti, his label boss, instead of confronting him directly. His attack against Ja for being a fraud happened during a radio program in the early 2000s.
I've heard.
First of all, man, Gotti's my
Right.
I'm saying, me and Gotti, you know what I'm saying? So, what he really need to do is just shut the mind his business for a minute, you feel me?
Okay.
It got nothing to do with him right now, man. All Murder Inc. This is between me and Ja. Now, if Ja can't handle his own beef, then I understand. You know what I mean? If he think, you know, need help, then I understand. But other than that, man, he need to just shut the mind his business, man, for real, man. And that's when I'm gonna drop this song called Rules Out, because I'm just sick of when he sounded like me. I'm sick of niggas all in my face, he's a fake type nigga, you know what I mean? I'm just sick of all that. You know, I can't hold it in the butt for so long. Because I'm tired every time I have an interview, or every time I'm on the street, somebody asks me, what's up with him? Sounding like me, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, I did it the respectful way, dog. I went to Gotti first. Like, yo, you know, we're on the street, you know, your man. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He's denial here, man. He's in denial. You know what I'm saying? The whole way, he was in denial. Well, that's what happens when you know what I'm saying? Don't want to face the truth. You get smacked.
But that was not all there was to it. It went on to say that he was certain Ja had slept with his male stylist.
Is there certain subjects you gonna touch on this, or just like you just going at him?
By him being a homo, you know he be f***ing too, right?
No.
Yeah, man. Styling his clothes and shit. I got the inside information, man. Some styling his clothes for one of them shows, got him ecstasy on one night and f***ed him.
No, dog.
Yeah, Ja Rule, I'm telling you, dog. Oh, my mama. Oh, my mama. He had himself. He said, yeah, I was with Ja, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he was all ecstasy up, so he...
What?
Whoa.
What?
It is crazy. Yeah, man. Walk around with a bag of them pills, man. Talk about me, you can't be serious. That X is everything. Get it? The X is everything. Ah, kill me.
Yo, this is a big statement you making here, man. You throw it.
Man, Ja Rule, straight up, he's...
This is.
All them homo that wants to give your man Ja Rule some X, and he'll f*** you.
What else did he say? He knew what he knew, and wasn't afraid to say it like it is. During this period, he appeared on another radio show and rambled on about rappers trying to land a deal with executives.
Now, you got issues with the industry. What's going down with the industry, dog?
The industry is full of a bunch of
and riding, bending over the desk ass straight up like that. Whoever don't like it, bring it. Bring it. I don't give a bring it. Bring it. They got this new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play they right. You know what I'm saying? They sucking the record label executives. It's like there's too much of that going on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play my music. You know what I mean? Exactly. Now they want you all up under this, you know, sitting at the going to dinner with them and like that, and you know all that favor for a favor shit. I don't get down like that. Look, I give you the music, you give my money. That's it.
That's that. Surprisingly, this interview took place around the period Ja was hosting numerous parties with Diddy. However, this is where things start to get strange because just before DMX claimed to have proof that Ja had slept with his male stylist, on the radio, Ja was Diddy's former security, Gene Deal, told us that Diddy and John were having a freak out in a hotel. But we didn't find out about this incident until much later. Gene said that Diddy allegedly went to acquire some sexual toys on the same day. Diddy flew to North Carolina to test the adult toys at a hotel party with Yarul, after they went shopping for them in Atlanta.
Bag when they gave him a brown paper bag.
This if it were a one-off accusation. But over time, there have been more and more allegations about Ja. Jaguar Wright previously chastised Ja. For instance, because disparaging his wife, accusing him of having sex with guys, and Javiman claimed that Ja was having an affair with his cellmate while incarcerated for 2 years. Ja was already restrained to Diddy before he entered, and he reportedly kept up the same level of aggressiveness with his side during his incarceration.
I've been so polite with Ja Rule, you know? Like, I've been so polite with that little right there, but with all disrespect, you a punk ass little. How the you gonna go to jail and then turn on your wife for your celly? Like, what kind of does that?
Said he chose his celly over his wife?
He dumped his wife. Yeah, he refused visits, told her not to come. He was right next to Canada. It was a waste of time and money. And then she found the letters of your boo loving up on your cupcake and cellmate, your little fruit. You know, open your mouth. Tell the truth. You know, Gene was talking about you when he had to throw your cousin up there in the piano. Shit, he did everything but say your name. Why don't you say it? Why don't you say it? You like dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight? The Diddy doo-wop? Looking at it. Are you Illuminati pick me bitch? Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Sheesh. All right. So along with this whole
Gonna turn on your wife so you can play hide the soap. These got no respect for women. They ain't got no respect for women. Woo, they give birth to your children. They put up with all of your shit. They gotta listen to everybody gossiping about which. And the truth is, you. And you probably suck better than your girl.
The most problematic aspect is that Jaguar was based on information that was provided by Ja's wife, Aisha Atkins, rather than making this up. According to Clash magazine, which announced in 2013 that Aisha will be included in the MTV documentary, Married Life After Prison. Aisha stated in the doc that he composed all those love songs, and yet Aisha talked about Ja's extramarital affairs on camera, according to a number of media outlets at the time. Despite the fact that this moment was cut out of the film, it only took him 2 years to decide he would rather be with his wife. I don't know how to deal with a B. It took us over a decade to build our marriage. Aisha made a comment in this article regarding Ja's release from prison. She didn't find out until later that he was not just a male but also his prison cellmate until he told her that he was having an affair with his personal trainer. Aisha admits that she hopes this is just a phase, but is now convinced that the whole 50 Cent thing was not just a silly rap feud but another way the story suggested. That Aisha believed Ja had feelings for 50 Cent. More than a crush, really? If all of the accusations were completely false, Ja could have simply laughed them off and dismissed them. But instead, he got quite defensive and went on a social media posting spree, trying hard to prove that he is now straight. Ultimately, Ja managed to put a stop to the LGBT rumors, at least for the time being, stayed quiet, focused on his wife and business, and refrained from creating untidy headlines. In the wake of the Diddy incident, however, everything surfaced, and people started looking through previous receipts, including the one Gene Deal had written about John Diddy in a hotel room. Online rumors were rampant, and to further the situation, Ja did not assist himself because he actually appeared to defend Diddy in public on March 5, 2024. About 2 weeks before Homeland Security raided Diddy's homes and found hundreds of free cough tapes, Ja had a very bad reaction, merely repeating that he backed Diddy, and appeared to be quite uncomfortable when Piers Morgan confronted him directly about Diddy and all the ridiculous claims, wished Diddy well. But his explanation of the situation, referring to the charges as unfortunate circumstances, raised some questions, because it totally minimized the grave criminal charges.
The big controversy about, I think a guy is a friend of yours, which is P. Diddy, Sean Diddy Coombs. What's your take on what's happening with him?
Again, man, you know, it's another black man in this industry going through some unfortunate, you know, circumstances. And so, you know, I wish him luck as well with everything he's going through. And, you know, you know, and if there's victims in this, you know, I can't speak on things that I don't know about Piers. And so I try not to. I try to leave those things to those who do that. That's why people have podcasts and stuff like that to talk about these things back and forth. I don't really get involved with that, but yeah, I wish everybody.
See Ja's terrible attempt to laugh at Piers' little joke about Diddy visiting his house.
So, what's up, Fausto? I'm doing an interview, baby. I'm live on TV. I'll check y'all later. I'll come golf with y'all later. Yeah.
Who's that, Diddy?
But who?
Was that Diddy or Fiddy?
Who? Fausto. That's my guy, Fausto. You got jokes, Piers. I see you got jokes. See, I've never done an interview with you, Piers, and I don't really watch too many of your interviews, so I don't know your humor right now, but I'm getting it.
Let's now pause to think about this. 2 weeks before the federal agents raided Diddy's properties, Piers Morgan joined, which raises serious suspicions because it is difficult to comprehend why a well-known person with a reputation to defend would go on international television and essentially swear loyalty to Diddy at that point, when the hotel surveillance footage of Diddy abusing Cassie had already become widely shared, demonstrating that this was no longer a tabloid rumor. It is strange, though, that Ja chose to go public and characterize the claims as regrettable circumstances. Maybe Ja wasn't just being faithful. Maybe he was worried that one of those cassettes at the time would be released, after all. No respectable celebrity would say that, unless they were trying to be ahead of anything. Ja was in a panic when he learned that 50 Cent would be releasing a segment of one of those freakout tapes with him in his impending Diddy documentary. Even though Diddy's name was on his property, you would think that Ja would keep quiet, and maybe even get a lawyer in these situations. But instead, he's out there shooting and prodding the bear. Ja Rule was compelled to join the drama at 50 Online, where 50 Cent has been busy mocking his ex-girlfriend Daphne Joy, who testified as Jade in Diddy's lawsuit last week, in case you missed it. In her testimony, Jane claimed to have taken part in several of Diddy's freak-offs, including one peculiar instance where she and another well-known rapper and his girlfriend reportedly watched Diddy as a male escort initiates a sexual encounter with a woman in the hotel room. By the way, there are now speculations that this famous rapper and his girlfriend are actually Bianca and Kanye themselves. Diddy even posted a photo of the two of them on Instagram with the caption, "That's why he was supporting Diddy. He was out in Vegas with that little dirtbag lol." Despite having no involvement in this matter, Ja Rule decided to intervene and harass Fiddy. Ja added a laughing face and a facepalm emoji to his initial post of old photos of Fiddy and Daphne Joy embracing on the beach, but he didn't remark. Ja, however, was unable to resist and subsequently returned to torment Fiddy, this time replying with a he gave his own gift to an ex-fan who wrote, "Whack 100 tells DJ Academics that this Diddy trial is messing with 50 Cent mentally." His post, claiming Kanye West was involved in the freak-offs with his ex, prompted this action. Although 50 Cent hasn't replied to Ja yet, you already know that he will. It's no secret that 50 finds Ja's entire life intolerable, and he has previously stated that it's his a lifelong enemy, which is important because 50 always believed Ja was responsible for the shooting he carried out this year
Ja Rule too, right?
No.
Yeah, you do.
No.
You be dancing to that.
I'm not dancing to that.
You be liking that.
Okay.
That's not hip hop. That's
If
R&B.
you think that I'm dancing to that, we can meet in the club tonight and you see what I'm dancing.
Now, I'm sure you ain't dancing to nobody likes Ja Rule in the States now. Can't make it a show. He's finished, because I said he's finished.
Insiders with knowledge of Fiddy's upcoming Diddy documentary assert that the only reason Fiddy hasn't responded to Ja's recent social media trolling is because he's reserving his real rage for the documentary, according to receipts that allegedly go well beyond industry rumors. Fiddy is preparing a comprehensive program on Ja and Diddy's close relationship. The segment will cover Ja's alleged prior affiliations with a number of his former cellmate Ja. He is now criticizing Fiddy on social media, and it appears that he has fallen into a trap because Fiddy's video purports to have real receipts. To back up all of the allegations made about Ja and the DL lifestyle, Ja Rule may not be the only person in that video, though, as other pros in the field are already sweating. And if Fiddy's documentary is released, things might change for more people.